can assume that having maintained your position as a judge, you are of high moral standard and repute, and nobody has brought a complaint about you. Who advertised? Nobody brought a complaint. So we know you've qualified. The second one that the Constitution says we should find out is, are you a lawyer of 15 years standing? 50 years standing, what does that mean? You are a judge. What does 15 years standing as a lawyer mean? Are you a lawyer of 15 years standing? Yes or no?
Honorable Chair, I did say no. And my understanding of the provision is that as at the time you are going to be appointed to that position, you should not have been less than 15 years standing as a lawyer. And what a lawyer does...
You're talking about your original appointment to the High Court. To the High Court.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Yes, so I heard that part, that at the time you were being appointed to the High Court, you had even exceeded 15 years from the rough calculations that we did. That's not an issue. Between then and today, which I believe is more than a decade, what has been your standing as a lawyer? Because it is that standing as a lawyer that qualifies you. If you have been Court of Appeal judge for 20 years, and yet you haven't been renewing your license as a lawyer, I have issues, because I like to pay attention. That's why we spent several hours this morning, because I'm paying attention to the wording of the Constitution. I knew we would lose. We counted ourselves. We knew we would lose if I put to a vote. But I just wanted to make a point that this is what the Constitution says. So here the Constitution says that your qualification to be a Supreme Court judge is based on your standing as a lawyer for 15 years. What is your standing as a lawyer?
Honorable Chair, I would say that you cannot be in this country a lawyer and at the same time a judge, because the work of a lawyer is different from a judge. I cannot go and be an advocate or have clients or represent anyone in court. That is the work of a lawyer. And so once I became a judge, I could no longer be a lawyer, even though I have legal, professional knowledge and background.
In the language of the Constitution, it says, high moral character, proven integrity, and is of not less than 15 years standing as a lawyer. So if judges cannot be lawyers, how can judges be appointed to the Supreme Court based on the language of this provision?
Bravo, please, sorry. You can proceed to answer the question.
Honorable Chair, I understand this provision differently from what my respected Honorable Minister member is interpreting it. So, so that's the way I understand it, and I think that
it's very clear that under our laws, you can be a dual citizen but still be a justice of the Supreme Court. At the Supreme Court in April this year delivered a judgment to that effect. So the nominee who came yesterday is qualified under our laws, notwithstanding the fact that he holds a Canadian citizenship. But for the judgment in April, he wouldn't have qualified to be a Supreme Court judge in Ghana.
There are still those who hold the view that the Supreme Court actually did this in anticipation of the fact that there may be an appointment of this nature in the near future.
I have no evidence to that effect. It may be by mere coincidence, and people may conjecture, but there's no evidence to that effect. So let's leave it for now.
If you follow his conversation, he hasn't prosecuted a case in Ghana before. He hasn't practiced in Ghana before as a lawyer. Was the guarantee that he would do due justice to issues that come to him from the Ghanaian jurisdiction?
Yes, yesterday you listened to him, you watched him. An excellent professor. He knows his stuff. In fact, we're in the law school together, even though he's 1 year behind me, and I know his worth. In terms of his ability to deliver as a judge, I can assure you, he has every quality that any judge should possess in the dispensation of justice, and I trust him that you do his job as a judge.
But I'm sure
And I wada nabaja for Ebert na say midweek edition of Punch on Kessben television. We are also live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, we are live on other social media platforms. Now, day 15 of the month of August is fully packed with issues. Ghanaians ebepese enyumbre yedi ho nkomo na nso ochire wadwen na issues ben na ye ka ho asem enyumbre ewo Punch jumadie so ewo Kessben television. Politics titro ene abato akoye to say chess game. The parties are engaged. Obia GD yese win at the end of the day. So December 7th, 2024 general election in Ghana, a chess game, especially between the NPP seeking to break the 8 and the NDC seeking to deny the MPP opportunity to break the 8. So it's a chess game. But MPP is saying, hey, we are breaking the 8. We have the men. We have worked. Yewo nipa. Wo foma wo ye juma wana wo deeper tinanim. Ya okra franka ni odi nechi ne mpanyifo aka eye juma. Ye de ejuma President Akufo-Addo aye ene enhyehyeye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ene ni team ede agu akwam etoto wana Ghana for the tutun seniania. Obviously, we are breaking the 8. It is a done deal. We are breaking the 8. Now, NDC, Esusu said, look, 2016, and they handed over power to the MPP based on promises, bebre. Now, MPP buy, promises now, where Ghana for the donor, went to me end so. And the Pakrona, na oteso, yakoja kunyan free in some, no so, wako bench. Oko bench no watena se waye nhwehwemwe hu se enema bi wo ha na eni se oye enema bi wo ha na ewo se otwe ne ho fi hu enema bi wo nso so ana ewo so oye awanye enti wanya sua hunu sonko wanya nindie sonko enti edrum bre a ewo so osamba back na obetoa na na nka opese owie a wanya kwanya anwie no eso na obetwa ne last 4 years na ohwe enhyehyeye NDC edegu akwam ede campaign promises any NDC achitafo a were ready say were campaign na breaking the 8 and as a winning election 2024 a done deal for the NDC. So chess game at the end of the day the referee the electoral commission were ready or the Shisheye Egua Kwaima come December 7, we are going to have free and fair, free from fear, free from intimidation, general elections. I bet declare results based on respective strengths of the various political parties. And until Akobase NPP and penny for enam war pro watch Ghana for the Kudie Ntia, I was say, Oko December 7, now Koto Aba, Oto Edema New Patriotic Party, not me break the 8. NDC, Enam, Eba Pro, Church, the Kudie Ntia, Oko December 7, say Okoto Aba, I was Otoma NDC, now NDC sign Eba back to power to reset the Ghanaian economy. Now, Afanfanto, a movement for change, any other political parties, and so nam, I also so warrior campaign. At the end of the day, who gets what, when, and how, come December 7, 2024. And you break, yet Nancy said this week, campaign promises are various political actors. One I would your politics name would the two main political parties name Aproba war bono and Sembain a war can editor Ghana for to convince Ghanaians to vote for their political party. And you break ayat nasi yebehwe ese Abrana His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia na oko launch a domestic gold purchasing program, a joint ventureship arrangement between a precious minerals marketing company and an Indian refinery company. Wakabuma wobe refinery gold ewo Ghana no okansempi ewo oseden. Esusan so ben de benya ede amaye inyumbre on Punch on Kessben. We will look at the campaign promises by His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia this week. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Echo UPSA launching the Youth NDC Youth Manifesto. Also so edit to say level 100 students will call university as in public university. We go through stress, financial stress not too much. To alleviate the financial stress on level 100 students. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama JDM say Ghana for to Obama NDC bar first year students level 100 students won't share academic user facility fees. Now interpretation P aba emudia wo here policy implementation no saying any hon sema aba you tag for enso ensema work and was saying and you bring on Punch on Kessben television and on other media platforms. We are going to dispassionately discuss these matters. Now also send our dream in Yumbre also see our sembisa na ode aba jumadi so na yakenkan amaria say afana nyina enso so ate. The test line, as I always announce, 0537 333 933 is our test or WhatsApp line. Just send me a text or a WhatsApp message. Let's have a discourse. Let's have a conversation on the country called Ghana. Now, moving forward, Yebesan Ahe say campaigns and CBA and Honorable Brian Achampong ononso so wakasa na kasa wakasa no ebi efa na se wato bomb ekire se entrani na obo Ghana for ekoye se yeden ya chincha ne chi NPP ebesan a retain power no matter what na say titrasem no de be we say yeden NPP will retain power. Now, NDC so and take it kindly to that statement. NDC so a response. NDC will also match MPP boot for boot if violence, whatever it takes. And also so Emma National Peace Council are concerned. Emma some Ghanaians are agitated, were confused. So emut they were here. Peace Council 421 Safre, the two main political parties in for, and also a Korea saying, and then Tina said, don't get I said the NDC will not sign any peace declaration. Why is General Mosquito saying that? Punch and Yumbre, our Kessben television, and on other social media platforms, we are discussing these matters. Betime do adwenche ususuye ene wasem bisa aba. Now enyumbre Honorable Yaw Edusei former Deputy Minister of Works and Housing under the NDC administration. Oha Enyumbre, representing the National Democratic Congress as a strategic communicator. Oha Enyumbre. Honorable Memoajo. O Mike no waso. Boko there. You're looking fresh.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay. So said Enchebiano yensa ebeka kwakwa ewo Dennis kwakwa ewo studio sir, because he had to do this on a very short notice. Kingsley Adumata IFTA friend of Ake was billed to appear for the New Patriotic Party. In fact, that's at a the confirmation was that he will be able to come. But the as to human beings as we are, he had issues making it impossible for him to be physically present at the studio. So Dennis Kwakwa and the Enchebia of a Barber Transit to speak for the New Patriotic Party. Sunday, you can New Patriotic Party on the 18th, which is coming Sunday. Ebeko takra de tadi. Now we call launch the party's manifesto for election 2024. The week thereafter, NDC is also going to launch its campaign for election 2024. Now, after the campaign launches, we pick education as education. We come and we discuss the two major political parties and their policies on education. Are they implementable, feasible, and all that? We'll look at that. If it is a policy on fighting corruption, we'll come and look at the programs I was to implement with Obapower. Policies about business sector, about youth employment, about all the various sectors of the economy, agriculture, and what you can think of. Discuss so that Okotoba December 7th, at least na unim se o nyina so bi a wo hwe so ede akoto waba. Madam Sana no today said my enumerate, these are the issues we are going to discuss, and you can join us with your views on 0537 333933. Just send me a text or a WhatsApp message. Na yentoa adwen. We are also live on Kessben Radio, Kessben FM. So mo tie Kessben FM, and so ye mamo ajo Sronko kra edeba mo punch program you so lawyer, thank you, and I will say thank you too. And you bring me my crying sem kakrabi. Just take note that in this world bibia HBC bibia possible bibia what do any sisu say obey na we ni ya betumi ayeye, but afuto amede ema on is by way of motivation. I pick it from the Vanda's platform. Says be strong but not too rude. Be strong but not too rude. Be kind but not weak. Be humble but not timid. Be proud but not arrogant. No matter how kind or how generous you are or you may be, always remember that you will never satisfy an ungrateful person. I repeat, no matter how you will try your best to be generous, always remember that there are people that you can never ever satisfy in this world. Why? Because simply they are ungrateful. And don't allow the ungrateful few to discourage you from doing good. That's my message of motivation this evening to you. Okay, so these are the issues that we are going to discuss. And you mention say in free honorable Yao Eduse. Honorable Mayente we are seeing His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Oko UPSC Tuesday. Now Oko launch NDC Youth Manifesto. In the engagement and all promises say NDC for ever power. Level 100 students are call fresh into the public, into the university, no. Yeah, na sikasem ne ade no eyeding. And you know the government ever absorb sa academic user facility user fees, no, for the level 100. Now ebisa say policy no. Then the tie tree. Ebia bisa say ye to aba man DC empo dan DC ban DC was ska a wo betumi ade implement hwan ne hwan na ebe benefit na kwan ben na ye be fa so a ye be implement ye de be ma university authorities no and DC be set up a committee B and say modalities ben na what be implement policy I to say any ne keka ho policy no trim eche ne nyina so no eyede.
Oh yeah, lawyer we dey mamenchia etifo ne ahwefo a omaso ne anaso mani ewo Kessben TV ne Kessben Radio na menchia me parliamentary candidate of Bantama constituency kwadwa de dapa na obo adwuma say jame na me PC na many hobby but obe take over and I think say he's doing very well, so I would like to encourage him say Uncle Swingers, I'm very impressed with what he's doing. Tuesday na youth manifesto no na mo kuma se kra na me dwumade bi wa ha but I had to rush to Accra na me attend the NDC youth manifesto lunch no na it's first of its kind ye nye bi sada there be manifesto na ye kan nyina bom na ya te said ye be no 24th no na we the genuity of the youth organizer no was no Lawyer Pariado Pablo na mebona baso ene the youth working committee chairman Okaiminta any youth organizers or more constituencies in the region or more yade. In fact I was there. Well organized program. I've organized such a program before. Say your national congress Amiana Jamisumwa any regional congress is my ABR. But this was a very well first class organization. They did very well. Kwame Faso introduced Microphone Bekasai and youth and gave them the opportunity to talk. So they did very well. Now Emuna His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Kasano. Now Ansano no Bekano. Your youth one of the members, youth members, no matter defined as speakers, young guy, I've forgotten his name. On the buy no Kasano, all kind educational, a policy on education for the youth, and no can say, ye ma NDC akwanya. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is in any to say level 100 students, no, ye be more ye more mutua academic facility user fee, no, Sebea obia omwa. Ebi mo ntimi wa wie free CHS ya omo kan no person when university no ntimi nwura no omo so nya kwan ntimi awura mu say producer omo a omo ni bi no omo ntimi nya kwan de awura mu nye obi a ntimi nya omo ntimi nya no kwanya da bia no ho eden enne ho eden kina wo ni anwode a obetimi de aso obema ma ntimi awura university eti no no de asi na ni so say e ba de a ye be ma level 100 for no ntimi anya free academic facility user fee say be omo komu a omo ntua ne mo metimi ashase because no has been a hindrance to admission of those students no some benya kwanya akọ school no enti no say ye ne sa na otimi wura mu a the subsequent years na aka nyina no say loan facilities bi on mu a obetimi access say kodu ho no a obi a onu betimi 20 fees they say loan nya de obekwa kwaje ana obetimi ahwe ne ho de nya de obekwa kwaje loan ye fa ne say semi president so o say kwa be despite ban no free bi o free say o da bi me ma me ban je loan na e bi a we so I only be no ne ba so betimi agiro no ana so akwaje no otimi dey den akọ. So I think say it's a laudable idea and they no support to say free teachers no there. So they also support to free the 100 students education and amboa because if that is what you supported and no be so the be to as well, I don't see anything wrong with it. Now all can cost now. I think this one is very easy to cost because the academic user facilities here and the number of students that may get admission to public universities, you can easily calculate it. So that's it. So I think say we and youth organizers now have done their own calculations. Say if it's going to cost less than 300 million Ghana cedis for the first level 100 year students now. Level 100 students no more. Yeah, okay, and you can year first year, and I university level 100. Yeah, it's yeah, far level 100 students now more near so be more free academic user facility. I think say there's nothing wrong with it. Now, the UTAG is talking about the wholesale implementation of social policy. You understand? But on say so the policy be about na oboswa. You want crofo mo be chiro say niema bi say no also utimi to na mo ho na hwe say be a policy na dia ba no go be gina. It is also UTAG for statement no mo kana omo nka say omo disagree entirely, but they are talking about the wholesale implementation. Or can wholesale implementation and me meet me ban school fees no and I went me to it is a me meet me ban school fees they am so me to mama. So it's a laudable idea or proposal or modiaba inti o mampani that I don't money mama we flaberry e dey policy na toja na yen fan say every there's a lawyer oh say edu policy dem hu say o ka committee na o mo hwe won no na mo ye ni see a o ye office mo say e ko na ekoto agina won ho a ye kwa metimi edu atoja say many lawyer Ohene Gyan share no or can say yemfa we so kwa adwum ne hwe ne betimi aboa. So the policy is laudable, but then UTAG no say kwan ya obabi a person o implementing no yen ye pese o ye ni see e beboa. So we are going to accept that and look at the proposal Modeba. As far as the policy is concerned here, I think say there's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, now eno who say mansana NDC beye manifesto mo flag bearer echo Ghana babia echo broader consultation, grassroots consultation to get people's views. If say bani say na wona wo ye empanyimfo e wo universities no e de saa asem ya wo kan ba say yesusu say ebia nka say e na moye na ebeboa moma ye mfeda better particulars as to how e be ye adwuma and all that eno no enche say mo anya broader consultation.
Oh say on your political policy how person the ban fine you do consultations so but maybe you may not engage the associations, you may not even have time to engage others, especially when it comes to election year. They said you're not MPP Nanado Nakweku his excellency they free teachers and what's mobile say and be raising issues we can't say or the proposal even up to now some lecturers even talk about it. So they say how I went to me and broader consultation on some of these things. Mimi free say youth organizers in consultation with Excellency John Domani, because you to normally can say there's going to be youth development ministry. So they say, Omodi proposal na my Excellency John Domani ma white here. It's I think said Omoye Jumapa. So I know say with the blessing of His Excellency John Domani ma no call down, echo engage the those that they have to engage. So they say now I wait me engage you be about to the betuja. You fan so betimi da betuja. Market women omo di dwa say there be policy amodi be there. Yena modi school free name my by the MP. So there you cannot get the totality of the entire country or associations agreeing with you. But then, Oshe, the UTAG for Canada, they are not saying that they don't agree with the policy. They say that they may agree with the policy, but the wholesale implementation of the policy
is the challenge.
How has you even go on with the implementation of the policy? I will go through how to the phases. Even within the government, and as a party, and I say Ghana for more Ghana, and I'm more moved to it, but in Camodi ways to come even in the middle of the implementation of the policy. So when you bring out policy, you have to open your doors for any proposals and ideas that will be our office a bit in Abuama policy net. So we are good to go. So we will idea be or the bar said the youth for the but we will take down and look at it and see how better to add their proposals to the policy.
Okay, so on the same policy, Honorable we do say former Deputy Minister under the NDC administration for Works and Housing, former Bantama parliamentary candidate for the NDC. He speaks for the NDC strategic communicator. No, Komo Enyumbre, Punch Jumadi Eso. Dennis Kwakwa. The post endorse pa ye our new patriotic party. Na he has been summoned to appear on the program on very short notice. So Bra Kwakwa, remember Kwakwa, what's our microphone? Once you catch the speaker's eye, you should put your. Now let me say why are they say on short notice when disappointing. I appreciate it very much because Obia enka obekaso na sabre there. Why are they pam bo abaso? That is good of you. But you, I'm not surprised knowing who you are. Okay, so relax Krebi. I'll come to you na my bisa but men sign call honorable ya we do say ho now mamenti we ya say NDC abra na mo wo abem no na mo yi nursing and teacher training allowance every ho no na nchiremu no ene say tertiary mo dey call tertiary level so students no will apply for a student loan enti ehun hia say aban ebekọ ho akwakotua allowance bia ede amawon na wetumi afa more people at that level now say no then na asesa ebema first year for no ye encourage so monkope student loan na ye be say ye kofa first year for no user academic user fees no afa because stress on them they are absorb no na omine no etua.
Yeah, say lawyer said the experience or law many negotiation at the akakra kwetri. You know him say I thought there be a law reformer who defect in the system. Say be a the reform be correct the home no. And na unya defect be system be there be anya constant. I thought that ne say na o say oye echna ne ni say na o so oye. Ana ne ni say na oye echna na o so oye be a different. Nti amamu sem no policy implementation no the wo hunu system no free say oya ebema enipa ho aye ne krofo ho aye den ha wo mo so mostly some of these things is linked to social intervention policy and you know we always all the baby see inequality kwan be so reduce the gap between the haves and have nots and no ho aye enkaye na utafo no de man say policy na person de ban yenim no nsusuanso ni nsusuanso nyina ne say wo mo asem preduasa wo mo ho nya de wo ntimi enya kwanya enko no eno na aban ho and it's always in the system you have most of the senior high secondary education or more be school no secondary school or ntimi nya ye cry time and you free prep college everywhere university no it's not all of us who are able to get the admission because if you ho no ma no omuni ho akwanya obetimi di akọ akotua user academic user facility fee academic facility user fee and I say obetimi cry tua school fees admi de ewura university no it you know at a point in time so that say bibia no ye ne kakra when there has been a free SHS where students go to school for free where does it end we free SHS and where does it end so a government will notice that there's going to be much pressure on the public universities and then most of the people who have gone through at that place you know we no kutua fees na they want me to SHS fee no e be then wetin akutua university first admission fee you understand 89 free say his assistant John Dramani Mahama ne used to instance you know he thought that look let's open up at least for admission so that they will have the opportunity to also enter university. And when you enter university, you become matured. So that's it. Some of us, when we entered first year at university, things change. Yes, the understanding of everything change. So that when I be first, so I be to me, I call when you know. Be brain na me free say, see a man nipa no do do na uremnya 60% success rate. I think that's a very very big plus. You understand? 60% success rate. Nature say. About 60% of them were able to progress and then acquire the students' loan and continue. When they had not gotten that opportunity, you understand? It is one of the defects that has existed in the system.
Okay.
That particular barrier, stopping students from getting admission to, let's say, university, tertiary education, not a block. So government thought say, and I say NDC thought say, and I say, John Mani thought say, it's time. Ibitimi amane mama go kakra se be ya omo a se be predu asa omo nya den no omo so betimi nya kwanya no omo so we university no timi aka se me so me betimi ai den akwa university. So I think say there's nothing wrong with it. It's an identification of a defect in the system office or yeah ebetimi aboa me ho ai den ai high.
Okay. Final one before I beko kwakwa last one and on the coverage. Na ba first no na nchemu ni se obi bia okọ university bia enensi so no ya extend university no akokoba ne anka ne from polytechnics as they say from university technical universities no enti omo ka ho ana na omo nka ho ade enti na eyi omo afrim.
Yeah, because public universities, if you talk about public universities, in policy, University of Ghana, Ken University, and the technical universities are also university, especially when you have to even enhance the technical skills that they need to acquire. It is a woman, even polytechnic near free. A government that is proposing, say, he is going to provide the mechanism of it. I'm apprentices back across the many sure say, say proposal now, technical universities, they won't count. So once we talk about public universities, it includes what is recognized as universities, and then public technical university is recognized as university. You understand? Yeah.
But private university.
No. Private university. That private university, they will be not in school or the
but the students are also going.
No. Private universities. I school here. Private secondary school near international school here. We be on the back home. Anyway, it's private. The next one.
Okay. So, Honorable, we do say, and I will share in your brain. I would see no punch Juma so on air Kessben television. We are live on Kessben radio. We live on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube and other social media handles. Now, Dennis Kwakwa member of Asemi by NPP for Makasasa. NPP for problem pie war with sa policy we then senka mo free SHS. No BCO first year at the university level no or fa a burden no every student and so now go mo hwan how mo problem ye then
your lawyer man check you for
oh my goodness still
okay Mr. Speaker, thank you. Me chair na tie for na afefo na me chair honorable do say so my niaje am say discussions ebe no waboa me ama nsema da bia na trase ye be defend am ai obusa na say previously nema bi ho a no mo cheche mu ye different say policies san o de bi ho na nra unya ka ba ni say nde unya ba ni say ntina Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na campaign a wo ye na du ba bi o mo say o any other than they are who Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said taxes be to say e-levy. It was to serve some purpose, economy no, no. I say a economy na so after 2024 going forward, my friend says tax no. The Juma dia no dia boa Ghana na you bet me a year free. And this is first one tias here. But no about tias say. And near maybe or a temporary, yeah, the solve problem be. Also we out to me free ho. And I think that is a very good recognition. I send this if we not as Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as a vice president, policies and the president person pursue or Buanamana person. So Yamina don't know no president or quite say or sorry no review said the honorable ne will be a so now NDC for be our mayor some way by some graphic mean who didn't tell so because I'm penning for say when you obey a catcher do I be paying. So NDC for promise Ghana for some better tuition fee tertiary. I say I'm for and a channel to us. And chronic free SHS and some more courses. So ne where we manifesto here discuss here and honorable say private universities a boa homogeneous and a boarding better than what you are. But in that same manifesto, co-educational almost point C almost say extend free SHS to cover students in private senior high schools. GIS, almost fees helpful. And now a SOS. I don't know if the private schools are Ghana no. Sign for. But because of the quest for power, or my criticize MPP as well, I will follow almost my questions no to tax, some private senior high school to tax. Now, so I will for no more quota share the tax. And so clearly. Where they didn't have a manifesto. They've elected their flag bearer for too long. Only manifesto. And looking at MPP, manifesto so the youth had to put together maybe a MPP in disguise to say youth campaign. And now a better TV centers of excellence. They don't even know so about KTI where TV center of excellence. So call school and now swami honorable person so about NVTI. They are very swami, you know. And okwa enwanwa kokwara so Methodist oko afijase asokore Now technical school hona onka say senior high school. Former President Mahama Kushia teacher unions akachiro mo say ono so oba be ye president bi wa na mempangu oba cancel TVET service na e promote sa technical education no as the technical SS no more to. He has said it. He will collapse the whole TVET service. And then I quite said, yeah, na some person be jatum si ya no matwe bi. E no mo diaba. Na sa policy ya mo pese discuss there. Enka the papa mo sa na sese ye free SHS a see it me call tertiary. Ye tribu pono no. Na matie commentaries no. Omo youth manifesto minim say Sameja Mfina na lead you sense na ye Pablo minim who is your youth organizer because right after the lunch matie Sameja Mfia on the okaka ba bia fry or the nursing school need teacher colleges of education in fry matie omo deputy national youth organizer or say antisa private nka ho otuko no buy or sisika no dem omo na ye loan and the loan be anywhere you free you so Obi radio so no na host no say asema wo kan a part in the position because the definitions are plenty. Explanation no unhu which switch. But all in all no it will be for the betterment of the youth of this country if it so happens one day. Okay. I mean him say e bi kra e be ya ansa na NDC aba power some other day and not this one. E bi a MPP betumi aye sa de no. But the point is lawyer free senior education high school no. Yade ba no. Maka achire Ghana for say mo be review dey number review mo say sika fu bi wo ho te say wo ye lawyer nko anti no sika ye ofa Kessben wo sika despite wo bubo din bebre adenti na say abantu o ma fees mo and so bi a nim say nka for consistency sake if the NDC person mo ka no so mo betimi aye anka de mo ba bonten so bi ka say de mo preach ye Senka SMPP the free education course and to say some bomb review no at least they could have included it to say and so we are stratifying the policy here for money be to admission fee and so Kessben to be never secondary school quarter share and want to be never think come there and say 8 years you've been on the bench criticizing and think a policy ba kwa mo dey be say am pass mo adwene ho ato dada and by this time once master benchmark say yes they can't say yes say na SHS and they do tertiary and say to me here and to say you could to man here for but we have always argued your data management a problem in this country and lawyer yeah politician who so honorable better what power no I know the deputy minister no e do say affordable housing ne hwan bi bakra na so mo ton ministry ho a through be a state housing na obenya MPP fo a e bi asa abre no ma di minister pen a o mo ne ya adam fo kwan bi so be ka che se be ma me so ma me dan bi aso wo influence on obeboa NDC pen fo na hiafo asebe o mo na e bo o din de dan ne ba na bi obi anya bi e politics it happens eno ntie se be ye na the vulnerable na o deserve ade na e pese de ba no ne ho nkokam omo mo bi na san fa ye power ye won san wabo ye huntie ma ne nko for the meantime na ohia ni bi ankokam mosomo no ye nya adwene eno ma criticize se si ayeti hoyi se no na nka do ba ko school ona na ye lawyer reputable a obetimi ahwe oba obi nim de beto kira akra de no kwese sa wadi 15 years na me amwa na se bia torrent bia si na ahwe ne ma me ahwe ne papa akra no sa abre no how do you classify the child? Look at Ghana data management. To be a classifier and say or no, unqualified for free SHS. No, how many months now? 9 years. Ne be take care. No,
but is it fair to say after the digitalization, ne who some I can and still like Becca say data management a problem.
Oh yes,
Ghana.
Yes.
I per se. Yeah, if you are linking way, so we are public.
Let's say you linking.
Maybe now you are linking Ghana card, and it was snit a card. Ene bank ne sa ne mani nyina awie dia then ya ka say problem with data
and he say all the things being equal me skani na free mu ne senka family system e betumi de ho atoso anka betumi aka say bia majapa de nko anti ni kwa senka memba e kwa ho hihia ba de nyina wo krum ha o skani betumi afiri mu na ne mabre what I say tinka despite the fact say me ni ho no nkyere say say me mabre ba me mpese me kyere say obi bura school mu na say now for be into school fees na try nye no ofre na ofo in Ghana as we speak today all the things you are marking in lines now taking in name Dr. Baumi aka say about modern can in see Ghana bet me system be perfect. That time we see and we are still working towards it. And unti Emma say a very review no obi catch us some mobile betwema here na enokre. NDC our presidential candidate in former president Mahama say ohun se binyanse wo mu say aban be first sika be to say 2 billion cedis there as sponsor nkura free SHS. Sa aban ne say oba free SHS no oba be sustainable means ai de be ye betena ho want so wanka so be yinkura ne bi adi ono kura de bi sika no de bi be ka ho amana konanim na agina yi sa aban na wo so won spend sika na kura o say free SHS ne nyina ne na so no also about this sika be wura mu bi bi odia wasa ko sika foforo de atoa tertiary for so you cannot trust this person. Say obi a pese o ti ni pe no masem 3.8 kwesi point B na agini dia former president Mahama and the youth na asem no more can they've not thought through it and I make I say in the end if this thing so happens e be bo ankrophobia. Now the question student loan ye ko university no na je den and then nti na ban we see wo Ghana kada obetimi age loan easily without looking for guarantors enti me na ade a ye preachy president Nanado ne ba umi aye say okay from kranu we free education I say student loan timi twa mu school fees and san no mako so in the next year no ne ba bia ye do say I say student loan database I what ne no etimi bo student bi obenya admission so rema loan must be readily available at that obenya admission.
No, man.
So your program you started by the kind of free education the aka actually free SHS for no say the more call level student loan was say to me to admission fee more school. What I say because no biana obi SS na wo for still on benya sika na to aso. And on the system no is being set up said e be ya nkura na be graduate from SHS no do benya tertiary admission be student loan trust fund no it me to admission fee na ansa no school whether unya sika for admission na we
and e can campaign launch
and we make crowd am telling you near my yaka da it's a day can so we are working towards
what one can say we are two different
me say by a system and I make actually that is where we are pushing it to and to minim what is going to be said on Sunday minim document in the home but I idea I can't order that you started a decentralized scholarship. The decentralized scholarship say first and on scholarship this one I no papa mo be one kind but they say in every district every year scholarship secretariat come down give scholarship to not less than 100 people in one district. Then you know a mechanism and here to akoma make sure say ye wholesaler akora bia betumi anya bi enu nti the omo kan say ye loan nom de beto aso whatever just akora ni wuram first year na second year no wa anya loan I want to into aso nyesa ye friend say the same policy now they buy free SHS and say to me a transpose nkura from secondary level onto tertiary through the student loan no say the course out the unya admission now the system captures you na abanya tua no ane de omo kan any so much different but the question still comes say obetumi age NDC dey on the same manifesto no more can say so the tertiary private secondary schools back free SHS what is wrong with some the private universities back
okay
that be don't
no me host no the first time
me rhetorical question onya abotre
me host program
but tobo so I say okay no what do you have chain aha hwebanim enti the point I make can say obetumi ajomadi where says ho so betumi dey private school dia e dey enti na ne don person ka chese akora wi ss afi on dey na wo for nya Ghana for nti okota share private dia on dey on deserve
okay
e dey enti na opeso ka say akora ni free college of free ss no be call college of education dey on dey Ghana ni okaso be call nursing college on dey Ghana ni because how dey on ka ho so the point is young MPP for but whatever we say on Sunday be omo dey per omo num asem dada odo ho to omo so omo boshe ho my friend say we do doc no kwa
me da si Dennis Kwakwa na watie no enwumbre ehwe no enwumbre Punch Jumade so Kessben television. We are also live on Kessben radio. We live on all social media handles. Wadwenkyerɛ won susua no wasembisaba enche kra making kinda ya ba the next issue. Honorable ya this quick we be
the mechanic say on say on all kasa no Kwakwa right all kasa no say omo no ani so adin hu no bi ni say students ni SHS na akombe send the loan facility among say be on admission then you go straight away. Any year no free so that you start from the second year. What is wrong with this? Is this not a very simple policy? So that's it. It is a because what is a social intervention policy in some money can it say the free city some money can ni na income for ni na ni saying ni say the gap between the haves and have nots on the be close no bibia ye o mind be as anity abruche dey compare me na because there's no difference between those who have and those who don't have. So that's a no much difference. A year hospital facility o money is a year. It you know say for social intervention policy be free city a can wasama and nothing acrophobia can targeting say be a betimi World Bank for your impact assessment in 2015 leap and a performing, let's say, about a little above 50%. They are not performing below 40% in terms of impact. It will be our policy be our introduce we are no okay impact of it. And I if we say year level 100 no free no. Now you the loan facility need to also second because to even qualify for the loan facility you must first enter the school, the university. And yes sir. It you know yes sir you are taking some of the burdens out. Okay. Now we share other situations. Say you can't trust issues sir. You can't trust issues sir. His Excellency Dr. Baumia, the lectures or ye no krum and some more kind any questions sir or busa say we grant answer. Yes, so sweat me answer 20. So that say you can't trust issues now here, baby interest rate or you are inflation rate, or share debt to GDP ratio at this time, or share dollar to Ghana cedis, pound to Ghana cedis at this time. Then you're talking about trust issues. It mean no Dr. Baumia we are the class of Konini Pakusia. Delegates no Ghana for year just or any Ghana for Kushia. Because when some more kind and what has happened this time. Yeah, manager debt, DDP, or by G for they're good for oh yeah, buy who say more. You're there to control our forex money. Is that what you told us? At the point you were saying says also die economy now, the foreign exchange rate will expose you. Has it not exposed him? It is no can't trust issues, sir. He has a serious issues when it comes to who we should trust.
Okay.
Because nyama okan ni die ehui. Opa yen kofa ni hwam besi won yen hwe. It does not go in and any bibia here. The aka nyina ye Minister of Finance buy no. Omo hwe ye ma Kenuforiata ese o man no. Ono buy no yini ho afim. Ti no buy obe patch o service mo mfa dia akọ ni nyina nche after introducing the DDP no ni nyina echi no. The debt to GDP ratio is about 86%. Your total debt, Ghana acquired is about 742 billion Ghana cedis. Owned by 122. Borrowed accrued as much as 620 billion Ghana cedis. So you have nothing to show. The Obabit me catch and say,
okay. Now, the last one on this, the issue was say, cover both private and public, and why do you respond?
Let me tell you, when I was deputy regional minister, and you share a free secondary education, I won't say free SHS, you say free secondary education. Now, one remarkable thing be no Kumasi ha. I think Ashanti region ha ma minya dinka kra. I mean, a lot of people called me because yeah said these students need na moment fees bia. And boarding students so yet tuition fee na omutua so. It in minya report say parents in the BAM office no be catch them say omuko schools ni bia teachers ni bi still na schools ni bi je enkrano fees e bi mo je as much as 1,500 2,000. Nti ye ma obi so fast here ko busa mo ma I think say me frɛ na kantanka na wa no na director of education to be friend ye the team we move from one school to the other and my student teachers ni bi one ma in fact here chibi police arrested some of them and they be also I was there and personally we had a serious confrontation with them to stop that and the activity district chief executive now say omo hwe no omo nyede na omo so ano enti a policy that we started we was thinking say progressively this is how we have to go about it. It is a okay say we introduce you find say free academic facility say tuition fee no omo benya emu akwa. It's a policy and I make you tap for a proposal on the ban. You look at it and see say ohwe adwumadie no na ba bia wa ya udu no ebetimi akova private universities. Why don't you extend it to them? Okay. And no nye better since say me ba o and no nye better since say udisika we be she we nye better since say ubi tu amana a buddha be bregu we don't see the progress of it.
Okay. Okay, go a quick one on that. Now make a messages here.
We a quick sir na say ubu say. I honorable 7 my no aka be brain to asa aka be brain me come there. Mr. Ayi Ghana na nado or more bosia 600 and something billion. Anya no credit. Ghana, you see a public debt wa hasisia no. $48.4 billion. Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo before so Obado. Na former president, Melcite President Mahama. Almost borrow at $21.2 billion at the current exchange rate. NADA. Or convert $325.02 billion Ghana cedis. Nanado in 7 years above was 23.9 billion. And now we acquire DDEP no. Yenya about 4.7 billion free debt. Amane Bosnia Wabopa na Ghana for 19.2 billion. Or converted at the current exchange rate 294.36 billion Ghana cedis. The entire NDC for sorry. Now my canning album debt no Bosnia born in dollars in 2009. And a between the current exchange rate. Was some called the total of a certain number of years. In the exchange rate in 2000, and I bet you and so almost come buru here. No, me are no matter what the answer of my exchange rate in the one normally I calculate of the no for another there at $1 to 15 to be part of some boy in 8 years, doors of cheddar and adwabo. But they come out and talk as if said the answer there and Adona Amagana Kakodanim. True, Dr.
That one manage to see the Emma because of that. That's
question on I said I must say maybe a president go for the dollar and see the need and so me manage ya and can now more corner and can $10 billion and can near cover 10 billion cedis. What I say? They couldn't also keep it because and now they are between achieve, but I can't the rate. I won't buy I won't see the need depreciate in the West form. Ye drew crown and toss a depreciation no more the Ghana. Dr. Baumia Simbi or Kai Biano, he is not run away from it. Nanado catch the Ghana for self. Me man for. Or my no dear Canoforia Tane finance Baumia catch him and say, I dear cover the time a person me more man for me. Ya in the years ahead, or man, who bet you will seek as a bemo born and so. Some cressica, I mean, economic management. Number woo, no, I mean to me, I want to be an economy, and I can intervene for my demon quantity. Let's spend the money anyway. In the secondary school from Crayo Movie University, Sabra Norman and some country was Nan Crayo Movie BC, Norman and some country BC, NDC for say. Now, do a 2 weeks so Catcher Ghana, Mabuso Munko School, Omokopa through COVID. President say, let's invest. PP is. Teacher folks, the free lunch, class by MP Quabontain, and Cocasa Copedian and Cushari, and Kipumo school, near Momo lunch, ni a brananka, school fee, the Nuncovas Aneman. These are near my president, and neighbor we are investing in. And my economy no more a chenakaka. And unti, but we will not run away from the economy. I can't baby, I say yes. I want you to hold the answer, so compare parameter, BR. We are still doing far better than the opponents. And yes, yeah, the Ghana for Mohatom, and so more Cassachramone dear. Senka omonko anu masem ne yehwede akoto aba se no ntidi anya monhwe omuye because de omutumi ye no ye de ekura na yegitum se ho ahodu ne fa better than bombetumi aye. That is what we are talking about. So you can credibility issue. President John Mahama assembly of Kano 2016 beyond said na ebu abo no okojina ha free education achievable and obo mission can agenda 111 you started in 2020 or say are you unreasonable for a government to start to build 88 hospitals in one day. And no coach here nursing college for or say about BSR projects in India and Amoma for Majuma. I dare say Nyanza no. And then after the about who's a Fajuma. And until or no beer, the Okabiano or what pepper so by. I know my catcher Ghana for say President for the health insurance aba and your papa into mobile mo crowd on friends insurance no premium by common tribute. Or mobile your motive committees in num tea baby in our policy no man to committee one day. Crab Morgana for Minister and pass achievable. And so more the idea about our ambition. No responsibility no swan. Don't trust them because they will not deliver because they always run away from responsibilities. Okay. And until Honorable he has made a very good point. Say okay, some people for friends be a student loan back 12 students and so first a problem I the kind first year and be open to me then any chance and that is incredibly a very good point. But I can say from baby I have 5 free SHS and that is where we are going. And until say be a Ghana for by doing who be now we can't take them by their word. Some media and cry secondary school no. And we be na tertiary colleges and other great one high schools ni na aka hu bi o. Omo anya free SHS. And don't have say said Obenya University public university admission there on the sort of school so. Now, because free education, the entire yanchi. The reason why we did not stratify and say, Obia or baby or bet me a free bar, own to me afford it. In the same way, no Caribbean papers will be SHS or public university. We could have a program be a person or be an Alabama developer or my panel, it be a private university. And unti so I'm private university, no CBA made a college of education. Because if you are person be or host from Kwano, the other on your Ganani. But my friends are so a bed media. The almost kind of manifesto corona, the same document, and say, on best and free SHS are called private schools, and then they should be both. And genuine and tell the people of Ghana, say, yes, and yes, I Ghana for grand normal call private school. No. So we know person to us or private university or qualify. I don't think a person, somebody a can, or more the politics, but because genuinely, they all cannot about what I say, because the fees are some areas in the board, there, but many are buying. What I say, but I'm buying, but a more of convenience. Education, they free almost I know in 2008. President Kufu 3 module, the 3 module, and or buy a school feeding, or macrophobia, or movie, be buy free school feeding, private school in Abenya, or by who sell the back or one private school in Ghana. To the stand some will be there, no quasima. Now, honorable deputy minister, or more call Mr. Kumasi, the Obama, Ewiska. Near ye school feeding, I was maybe at the cover of your friends, could be a 12 more. It took time and San Anado. Let me have brought in the scope of school feeding as I capture size schools in our back. And until we can't trust them.
Okay.
And your policy no be criticizing.
Okay.
But the people saying it.
Okay. But I say Dennis Cocker, contrary to Zenasi Mebu. So, but
me okay. Me okay. Aye.
Okay, so Sandya Makan Wadrenche Unsusuye anyway same bisa. On the issues I here discuss, me Maka say be send message say oba attack me panel member. I don't expect me to read it. Rather attack me. But what attack me yes, so I will attack back. So not what contribute to the issues I here discuss. Good evening to you, lawyer. My name is Kofi Dai from Pra River, Asante Achem South. I appreciate your fantastic program. Keep it up and continue your good work. By the grace of God, and people will break the 8 in Jesus' name. He says amen to that. Okay, so this one says, we are sick and tired of NPP and NDC. Look at Ghana's debt now. We have to end duopoly this. My vote is for Alan Cash. I am a teacher. NDC brought a 3 months pay policy. My salary arrears wasn't paid. Napo 2 insulted teachers. Now they want our vote. Nanapia sends us this message. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Telling Ghanaians today that he believes in free tertiary education after vehemently criticizing free SHS. Richard inside Wamfie sends us this message. Okay. Now, this one says, Teacher Eric Manso Watreso, a.k.a. Ubia Hieska. Hey. Ghanaians should vote for Mahmoud Bawumia to continue the good works done by Nana Akufo-Addo, but not Mahama. Dada Noah, so let's reject him, he says. But I will not be able to pick your call, so send me a text message instead. Good evening to you, lawyer. Why is Nana Yao Sebe? Alasa Nana Yao Sebe ewo hopa ne ho eden kama. He's there at the right time. You see him. He's there, very strong. Good evening to you, Lord. Someone who told Ghanaians he is not a magician to create jobs. Okay, no name attached to this one. Hello, lawyer. NDC is winning 2024 general election because they have good policies that will help the youth and change the life of Ghanaians. This is Abdallah Muhammad from Ejura Sechere Dumase. Okay, my regards to hardworking MP Alaji Bawa Brahma Ajumaura Bakompe, he says. Mamo friend, Munyayo, na Missimi Timin Pekemoko, and your emfa. Why? Munya friend. Now, this one says NPP should know that obey is better than sacrifice. Nanado must be a listening president. Kingsley and Chibuosiako Manso Takurasi. Takurasi. Okay, Takurasi. Lawyer asks Peace Council where were they for the past 8 years. Kingsley and Chibuosiako. Peace Council. Okay, I will ask them, don't worry. Now, let me read this one. This one says, I am a community police assistant. My son completed KTI. If not free education, who am I? Okay, whom am I and who am I? Okay. Eben Kunka Obuase sends us this message. He says, hey, Mahama, make wild, I swear. Okay. Now, this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. This is, I am Nana Dako, CEO, Immaculate Heart Aluminium, and, okay. If ex-President Mahama and NDC thinks that we Ghanaians have short memory, so they can lie to us so that we will vote for them, it's a lie. They can promise us heaven on earth. Still, we will vote for Dr. Bawumia. Okay. Hello, lawyer. I am Efua Konedu Ababio from Dynamic Kumasi. NPP all the way. NDC has nothing for Ghana, she says. This one's a good evening to you, lawyer. Kumi Mensah from Wenchi. Mahama had all the communication skills which can spill and make untruth be true. What was his performance? Woefully mess up and now trying a third term to be considered. Ghanaians will not make a mistake by voting two-term rejected Mahama again. Voting for a party that has track record, vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia for better future and PC John Mampi for Mpoho, he says. Now this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Greetings to my good friend Kwakwa. He is making my day. NDC has nothing better for Ghanaians. Buadi Agona Asante sends us this message. Now, this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Please, Ghanaians don't need a comedian. Okay, please. I have told you, let's be... Good evening to you, lawyer. This year election is going to be vote on issues of exchange rate, fuel prices, debt to GDP ratio, inflation, corruption, and more. Nana from Cape Coast sends us this message. Obia sending a message. Say I know also be I any day. Obedi diatema. You know I will read them. Good evening to you, lawyer. NPP and Bawumia has nothing to offer Ghanaians. The driver and the mate government has lost the vehicle of Ghana economy for 8 years now, beginning to maintain in power to continue their reckless governance, but it's never possible here in Ghana to break the so-called 8. The only hope for Ghanaian is John Mahama and the NDC government, the game changer. Regards Honorable Emmanuel. Okay, so Nana Ajay Yabua sends us this message. This one says, in 2016, I said Unkatia said everything free has a problem with it. He was speaking against the free SHS. Why now they also want to introduce free for first year university students? Okay. Now this one's a good evening to you, lawyer. The MPP are saying NDC campaign vehemently against free SHS. If that is true, can they provide a video to that effect? Nana Boache Techi Mantano so sends us this message. Achampon Kaukuchi Electrical Tonsu Station says, former President Mahama free tuition, free for first year level 100 is a deception and is whimsical promise of the desperate Mahama NDC. My concern is that why former president is too hungry and desperate for power while he has been in power before. Ghanaians must think about the area ongoing roads construction. Regards to Dr. Baumia, Dr. Napo Adenokwapia, and lawyer Nana J. Bafo. Okay. Now this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. I don't think the NDC executives met to conclude on their policies before they came out to share to Ghanaians, because an agreed policy can't be explained differently by the executives. I am not sure they are ready for power come December 7. Ghanaians need visionary leaders like Dr. Baumia to lead the country going forward. Michael Ajiman inside Achuma West constituency sends this message. Lawyer, why can't we look at the NDC in the face and tell them the fact? JDM attacking MPP for excessive borrowing and excessive taxes. Is he coming to conjure money from the sky to support those promises he's making, or he will continue with the borrowing and taxes? Look, what the university entrants need is a moderate student loan policy and not a 400 cedis academic user fee out of a total of about 3,000 cedis. My name is John Soper, Ketu South, voter region. Okay, I'm sure Honorable Edu say you made notes of that. Good evening to you, lawyer. If you see how Mr. Dennis Kwakwa is talking and compared to the NDC people, it will be better for the NDC to come than throw dust into the eyes of Ghanaians. NDC communicators can't even explain their own manifesto. Let's vote for Dr. Baumia and move forward. Nana Dakon Achuma Boaso sends us this message. If I massacred the Boaso or Boaso, forgive me. Good evening to you, lawyer. My name is Yao Brefo Nimako Takwa Bakru. Former president said when elected president, he will go to honeymoon in Dubai for 1 year. Hey. Has he said that? Okay. After honeymoon, he will open women bank, a bank only for women. He will build factories and employ youth for 24 hours economy. He will build houses for teachers. How can he use this 3 years to do all these big promises? If you vote for Mahama, you vote for cancellation of free SHS. You vote for Dumso. Former president has no vision. Only Dr. Baumia can take us to promised land by grace of God, he says. Now, this one says, good evening to, oh, okay. So you have targeted, let me see if it is not inciting, I will read it. Please, let me check your name and tell you why I will not read your message. Ebenezer Kuma Nate, Enyinam Eastern Region. Ebenezer, I will decline to read your message, and you know why, because I cannot propagate that. So please, I understand why I'm not going to read your message. Good evening to you, lawyer. John Mahama is coming back again because of what MPP said against him was lie. They said he has hotel in Dubai. They said he and his cohorts were engaging in corruption, but MPP couldn't prosecute and jail any one of his appointees. This tells me that MPP lied for power and mess up this country. Ghanaians should not tolerate MPP again. Alexia Goso sends us this message. Should be getting back to the studio in a minute. Lawyer, please ask the NDC man, Honorable Edu, said that, so paying the academic user fee only guarantee my ward to attend university, and moreover ask him at least to the minimum and maximum, how much does it cost as of today? Thank you, Nuru Tachiman. Honorable Edu, I'm sure you took note of that. Good evening to you, Lawyer. What I heard from both the leading two parties, I believe NDC has good policy than MPP. If you look at Women's Bank 24 hours economy and first year university free, I believe when given the power to NDC, they will deliver. My name is Nanaya from Ashtown, Kumasi. And this one says, good evening to you, Lawyer. Honorable Edisa is my mate at Prempeh College. Ask him for me if he is not aware of free SHS. In any case, the academic user fee is not well taught policy. It was just mentioned without any consultation with the university authorities. Let them come again. Ofori Kumasi sends us this message. I'm sure you know the person. He says, yeah, Ofori, is that your mate? Okay, so it's okay, so it's 9:20 now. We have more time. We have more time. So this time, ramen kwakwa na misha say in free kwakwa. Now, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia this week also launched a joint ventureship arrangement between Precious Minerals Marketing Company and Rosie Royal Limited, an India gold refinery firm. Omo aye domestic gold purchasing program no. Omo eco launch aye Royal Gold Ghana Limited. Okan ho say sa launching no any aban ana montu awetu any boa aboa amayenya more gold reserves. Increase your gold reserves no. Eda na di pefe say MPP, Golden Age of Natural Resources Government. Inti ebeboa ama ye dollar CD exchange rate na ye way ebeboa ama ye gold no yebe add value before ye kwa ama no ne ene ensempia okan ye edeka ho. Now Ghana 4P na bisa say specific measures ben ena Dr. Baumia se oba or they be address the CD dollar exchange conundrum yeah that way. Golden Age of Natural Resources Governance. I pointed to what we are to expect from way on Sunday. And I wait yet Dr. Baumia policy to address the CD dollar problem.
Well, Ghana for you know, there I'm Ghana, you see the dollar want to acquire the be intimate corner. Near my cra. Because almost be a biano. A coffee from an neighbor. Na yetumi do do wa ha no eno na mada bia ho kire and senka ye ya yekofa nkrofo de aba na nkrofo so ta aba ya ha e be fa ye nso de ni bi kwa enkom so de wo musika no beto ya de na nka bo nsa ho de no betumi abotipan enti ye ba nyama bebre ne ya da one district one factory policy ya de ba ye no ye 24-hour production cycle na wo nyina operate me sure so obi a wasi factory
24 days
one district one factory na yes obi a ya 24 hours. All that we seek to do, they say, be broaden scope no. Number ne be kona nim na yetumi aye niam na yedi ni more bebre wa ha. Dr. Baumia enya no nko gold no. Oka kire wo say o man bebre no ade a mo de ekuhye wonim say enye Ghana o ewiase nyina decide say obi ti China ono ne sika wodie no. Still I saw peg towards American dollar. Obi ti UK, so they want to move away from the currency to gold. So the gold becomes now the basis for exchange across the world. And when you saw your mind to say Ghana, now I'm build this base in Antoha or China, what to gold no one and and so we refine, we buy, and I buy no opportunity so a tunnel at a rate a bit cheaper than said the economy. And until for about 2 years, I make conscious effort to increase your gold reserves. You know, yet to me, pushing on to this number. My friends and kakranka kreba. A day ba akwa, AD and you go for oil, no, near the causes of oil. About way decision is see to me in your crude oil and casawaha. Apart from CO2 crude oil, no, don't want to the Ekofabani finished products I refine. I may have my Monday after Takrade. President Akufo-Addo won concrete. Obeto aso akọ Jomoro. Now Jomoro e ho na akọ the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of the petroleum hub. Petroleum Hub Development Corporation anadoti and buta and said the whole Africa. O call by it is Rotterdam, Malaysia, Singapore, ade ma ho ye busy o crofo call and say oil. Yes, say oil baby ani akọ refine o na storage kakraka anti de bia na ship di akoniaba. And until ye crude oil, some call refining or brutally got top there by a day tax to so. Yes, I did free transportation to so. I then again so yen sate habo ha. Na nkrofo to oil bebre no so nkase so e refining oil wo Jomoro. This project now 3 phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 1. No? The total investment portfolio is $60 billion. The first one here $12 billion. And the project that they are going to launch on Monday, they are friend of Project 1260, and you know why I speak to that. My Juma Petroleum Hub. In fact, I'm your first local content manager appointed me. Local content policy, I drafted it. Now, but my campaign I resign because I didn't want to mess politics not with this. I resigned in September. I drafted it. Now, I had my Monday. That job is going to give 780 jobs to Ghanaians. The first phase, by my one refinery. Obi a Africa, be our own Sagana, you position. The paper be fund free Singapore, Europe, Kwan chance over Baba Fan Ghana. Yes, a honor deputy CEO in charge of finance and admin. Now, location, harbor, you know one refinery. Obi a wolf crude be a person refinery, be a refinery, we are 4 million cubic meter storage capacity. You see, times the Kakraka Bibri, wait me a store near my day here, no befako. And Emrano say, Ghana, Benya consumption, a certain percentage of a near my free zone enclave. And near my refinery or petrochemical plants, me know what's our first facing them. We are whatever we produce there, government in or mine or 30% stake if we can buy. And the HSA, instead of going to buy crude oil from Dubai, they are refining near the ship near Piaka, and the case a ship of cartos on the say ye banny a ton ha. And I'm say a man, even if the dollar is beating us, we are not still going to pay for freight any taxes because any import to be we are buying local. These are all measures. And now the down Akufo-Addo neighbor me who ye true Dr. Napo at the Ministry of Energy. I who says ye perceive a cable dollar a CD and Tokana intimate kunim na. These are some of the things I hear. So the refinery is going to increase our dollar base. Yeah, but to crude oil, our krum higher. Refined products were higher. Now your dollar na sisters Kakwama no kon and Tokana Bafom. Dr. Baumia manifesto on Sunday. I don't think it's going to be too ambitious. Because Uba Asante Mema. The major problems are near what power na boy do some of the Jana ya quite. The sense of Kumasi not even drive more than 30 kilometers per hour. Kumasi Kruma. And there, you need manholes who Kumasi, you need potholes. The Akana say, yes, 10 days a quine. On the Cran Bantamade. On the Cran Bantamade, and 3 years will be the MP when Uncle Bank when you find it. And I just so what Chaya Bantamano. Just a too much. No, I'm a driver, said that call Adam Kwame. Now, Uber driver could do a man from baby, and so do baby OCCA, and also Rebecca. But he's leaving a legacy. What I say, Enti Asante Mayan can't see PBB Casibia, your marketer, China for that test change into Mujato. But we are buy or catcher say, okay, what on the president on a month for better. And Tokobi as a on behalf of Ashanti or Bacon. And into a copper as a cab woman crofas site. And unti obey busy as a president. So Santima Benya Chefa here a champion in from Ashanti or Bacon to Kwamai. And unto no befa Dr. Napo for Ashanti register so busy. No conferences, Nessun Puntu Ketchra, Dr. Napo, and Traho no more name to be Menti. And ya dear who be a near my Yasha sitting Naya dear and the Ghana Bako and Kunim dim. And so it's a petroleum harbor, Yebis petroleum harbor. In fact, and ya the Ketwasa. 20,000 acre land, and I buy the executive instrument acquired from the people of Jomoro. Now, oko 20,000 acres, you can imagine. Eso. Enzima for no why lembelene Jomoro for kakra bi na saa asase ne do masase so. Local content aye pen ye nyam free ho. Eno to bi o skills bia in Ghana. Bia no betumi anya adwuma wo petroleum hub no for some time. Eno nti sesi e ka say a PhD si ashase e Microsoft skills training through Takrade Technical University. And then one technical school bi wa Azim. Is it me refi ni din kakra. We ne niam about we friend say our manifesto should capture. Okay. Hospitals are ashase yes no. At the end of the cycle see we hospital. There's no district in Ghana. Obeka so bi yare. Yenya hospital mfa and mind you sa district hospital na etimi ye adwuma ni nyina sa wo drone delivery. Anytime be here drone nti your manifesto on Sunday minim de wo. But what Dr. Baumia has said not true sir lunch ya wo kan de ade de adwuma over 2 years. Ah ye increase a good reserve. There ye nyina ka kire ye ho ne say e dey ntina da be a fair raw materials near the core. And when now here aye nya bauxite nya ye. Ye ne China for that exchange a delay project by oko nyina hina. Anya hwe kura sa same sano hydro deal na nyina hini town roads. Sano hydro amamampon 20 kilometer road as say o makoma to mo aye ba ba ye oko sunwa sano hydro ye kwan oko brekum so
sunwa ya kwan tie
enye
sunwa ya kwan tie
because of omujai to
sunwa ya kwan tie
enye me ko ho be 1 month mani anye
o made them free on Sunday
okay
sunwa ya kwan tie
and obi a me na din komo bi I complain ba wo hwe brekum take your time brekum
don't go there
ebra me ko brekum me ko fa ring road na no mo ye so me bedru sunwan that is about 1.5 years ago me bedru sunwan na me said that case me hwe do mo ye sunwan because na me ho adwire me if brekum could get that road but now sign no heron so mo ja to kakra yes but just it has taken this government
to the challenges with roads
but we are no but on crofui back I can kore o de kasa
hydro no na
yes eno na omoye but they say no mo back no eno sunwan say no apart from sa kwan na no hydro for ja to my friends here wadwuma ye this asphalt overlay as soon as possible say the adwuma wura sunwan contractor na wo kuma se sunwan kwan so chakra ye sha say 2 years aba my friends say by this time and can say ya cover ni nyina si because say o trap kukroma say kona nemu akodu akwanta na still adwuma wo hansa na adusunwan enu nti what I'm saying is say enwuma ye de ensa aka ne do so say manifesto no should not be too ambitious okay because say beyire ye ho consolidate ya ho de ne awie say enwuma na Ghana fo bo hu say yes ye ba say be tete
me da say kwakwa Dennis kwakwa me da say pi me ko honorable ya do say ona menje ne views on this honorable ya do say me nim say wo monitor sa domestic gold purchasing program ya NDC for a raise concerns PB. Meaning say we are privy to NDC for concerns. Now we are ready to articulate. And now say you want to go to the 2 weeks. What we should anticipate from NDC by way of more major.
I think say your mom okay at a point fiscal vulnerability is not a minimum not nti koya could do say in this
Mike what's over in the day
sorry the American say yenu yemo mo kwanya so mo man kwa mfa so to mo niema no e could do pempen so bia na your free be fiscal vulnerabilities they became so vulnerable nti o hwe December 2022 debt to GDP ratio was around 92% in recent times very bad. And inflation was about 54%. It could do maybe no more quite be on the way you one. Now, share forex na foreign exchange rate no send in this corner. It do maybe am sa de bechibiano not CD to dollar no. Oh, that one here and no partner say you na say ekoso. It became a policies are more kind G for all in no. Na a idea on person mo e de control forex no and as a foreign exchange no send na dollar to Ghana cedis na si kono. A year or more kwan fa so etoto mamu no. Drew some papers on. It got to a point omu borrowed to the sense that they couldn't borrow anymore. Into project BIA or Mashasiano, they have to suspend the projects because they weren't getting financing for it. Into project BIA Bibi say be a feedback run about ecosystem tasi. Say a dahwa near Mahua, and yes, every producer a contractors na 80 million human. A ya buying a quashre, a quine faso, a quire and omunamso, a bomb bra. no ntino na omuntimi nya any facility from the creditors no na just also suspend sanima no ntino omo yese ombe tutu niam bi a ombe timi dia kebo some of these things e bi no ni G4O no because o the dollar na ekoto oil no a so they say eno no ana o the cedi efa say the koto dollar ana say o sesa cedi akọ dollar akoto oil na eno na ema demand for the dollar na be koso na ayi na say ntino omo yese ne sa de emfa oil no mum enko ne emfa nkoje yefa gold no mum nko ne emfa nkoje oil na chese enko yesikasem eno nyame na me create they created the problem themselves o hwe debt management a yen ye free so no ana say yen wo so no ye establish be a friend stabilization fund and a sign be a friend sinking fund. Sinking fund ye to say o debt levels no cost na eno atimi aso ano. Make kai pa ye free abem no na $100 million and no sinking fund. Na ye stabilization fund ne say o te hu atudente mi to mine ne ekopiske free mu a. And I say opeso iska bi kura free mu ansa na atudente na ba untimi nyi below $300 million. COVID buy omo samra no kenofori atase samra no se be betimi amena yi $200 million every stabilization fund no timi dia so COVID na no sinking fund no mba no mo abandon ye 2017 eti debt levels na air cost no me na me de cost na na de cost we put some measures in place for you oba na obande na senior minister of finance kasa or say we are going to reactivate the sinking fund. Why? Because what you say any intervention a policy be o man introduce be and said down here this our results no e bi ni G4O no intimi the result G4O no air control in forest no but forest is in the city air control no £1 is to 20 Ghana cedis $1 is to okay almost say akebe west as say na me to obama say man me west say o ban $1 na be 4 cedis and it's now almost 16 cedis and you are telling me say anka ya nye ni say akebe west as that is not why I voted for you it on that score no omo e ade a omo say economy we betime ka say awon pane. Your bilateral creditors, no. You have suspended our interest on. They have suspended the interest payment on that. DDP, no, was a conditionality a bit me boy am yet me call IMF. IMF no muka setia no. It may be an also muko IMF and DDP, domestic debt exchange program no. Na a conditionality say mo anya muntimi ma IMF. Now we can we actually say e bi a wo de to wadwuma de buy a otimi de bi drum pepe so e doing. It is a failed. You have failed. A failed what failed e the money ma say bo ebra. And I want to turn your money ye. Ama debt no. Wa tena ho am na akru abedu si amene. So it's not now that you are going to. Now see a Minister of Finance go okay domestic debt was 290 billion Ghana cedis. Na no me na me bogu. Nyam na bogu. Wo no wa broke na go. We left you some measures a bit me control. No buy na betugu ye. Unhu sa fe de anya adwuma no. And now beka say now you are going to think about reactivating the sinking fund. Etino wo hwe policies ni bi o introduce ye bre o mko oman na akwa hwima ye nya mfiri mu. Nya se afiri mu, ye mfiri mu. Omode G4O ni bae, omko fa DDP ni bae, ni nyina bia no ho aye adwuma. Ebia no etimi gina ne na so. Sa petroleum hub bo be ho won nsuta so. Nkrofo ye se omo ba be se omo capacity so betimi aye. Se adwuma no betimi akoye. You can launch it. So that's it. But how to complete it, how to make it happen. But what is the matter? Say it will be me atre police dey so be me atre. And I mean I be more introduce police that will be me akwa launch e dey ho adwuma, but the viability of it. Okay. So people will talk about the viability, the transparency and how the whole thing is going to be handled. But I'm not going to go there. But what they may person me say e kwan ya omo fa so ka G4O na I feel it did not achieve its purpose. Because achieving the purpose and can the woman. But the omo e bo omo asafo ni say oh there be ya fasa ne ma we ama ka de mo be hunu nya bi ni de mo de ba ye kura ni de ehu. So that's it. If you take the government omo aban people aban de ma omo so omo mu na kwa omo fa so bo man ho bra basis and pepe so no enya de omo hunu so. So if omo no ka say they will break the 8, we will block breaking the 8. Okay. So that's it. Eniema omo ye no nkyere say e wo say Ghana for say the ma omo kwanya S7 ba omo ye de etimi to aso. No obi busa say academic user fees in teaching I think say very general public do be and say it ranges depends on it depends on the school it depends on the where you are going medical school for be different so be a medical school 2,000 and humanities be 1,500 1,400 1,003 you understand so we have looked at the lower side and the higher side and the higher side
you're not all so that's academic user we therefore just some small
whatever small it is to the person it's not small to someone else so
okay
no I would say me majuma no but I say my company
We do go to 400, 500 Ghana
Yeah.
cedis. Meanwhile, no parents, also copy 5,000, 6,000, son, and the banner to me to school. It's a walk kitty when I was with Tiana, Ebema, and no Ebema, Cranako school. The chunk and I was a parent copper ban.
Now, Omoba no crown send day students, you have free teachers, and day students no more free. We are opening it for the students. I supervise the policy. I was the deputy regional minister, and I supervise the policy. Schools should be one more on meet me actually. I went there. It's not something that you can. So now Ohana Menu engage here. You can remember some of the things. Some of the media houses I went to, the journalists cannot say no because he was involved in whatever I was doing because he take me around. But the person Michelle said, no matter what you say, you call it a shano, a shama obi.
Okay.
But what did the media say? It means say, lawyer, what you look at him say, phone we 1,000 Ghana cedis. Oh, they submit me to you. But okay, 1,000 Ghana cedis will be over. Just a matter 20 cedis square many be woman. But what did the media say? Those are the people which we call have not. So they say, share so be so man, no say be almost bit me nya kwanya no meti dey. Etimi awura university ni bi. No so etimi ka so almost etimi awura university. Etimi awie, etimi ahwe omanim. So it's not, but I'm saying me time me man me so. And I say, there be say oh yeah, say oh okay. I say oh okay, we so ba be twa so. There be.
We are be come messages.
Now we are nyam na me.
There be other so what say we. Etino, the mention say ye mo kwan no say omumu oman. Oma to oman na say enuma nyina kwa hwe. Say wo project bi o ba bi a suspend ya. Enye say aban na ye so suspend. They have to omo ba bi onkodie no omo ni ba bi afa. So they say dan say omo IMF no omo ka say yen ya kwa IMF omo ntibi da no. Omo say afidi omo be kwa IMF. Omo ka policy credibility. Planting for the food and jobs.
Food and jobs.
Yeah, from the PFG, PFG. Now, Minister of Finance call a year presenting. Oh, here, no, about 0.7%. Just I was so shocked to see that because here in this area of agriculture, it was performing about 2.7%. 0.7%. It's on record. It's on record. All the major say. It's say, oh, Sanya Mabini about talk of Dibusia banks. So they say, Abon Sabrani in Addis Anima we aba Udi Levi by can was lack of proper economic forecasting. Why to Sanima we now be do pepe so we are. I feel Nabaga say G for O need deep, you know. Abuame is not high, can you say Kibi when you okay, put that one aside. So office what to two money in area, a chop up a So say why your name be a corner Nimuama Ghana by a say, oh Ghana for now investors na Oma almost say Omumra DDP no form whom be now, discouraging future investors, no. Or say, Badon Massey, whatever that has happened to some of them, you don't care about it. So they say, Badon Massey, so Mubuaye, a failed government has to go to the innocent people of the country to tell them, say, baby, I am Muma, mine, say, Muno, you could do baby intimidate to Mubuaye. Or we ain't no say a patcho. Monfanche say, Mu, man, ya, Bamos, Mumway, need to be found so, your debt, no. You are not, this is unpardonable. It's not something I was saying in the age too. Okay, my mama bonus or mumu. I want to take economy ye, Bibia Basa. Or you must say me na Basa, Usika sem coin for Sutika did you gain Basa. Would see this $1, would you see this $1 Basa? You be a cool school, a school abroad, I can't end the name in your cry. And then Echna, you know, Panasi, say, we do an aqua could say, or can be about review. Oh, lawyer, wouldn't say. In law, some of these things you do something that we call reforms. Reforms, HSA, are you cancelling the policy? Me, electronic conveyance in UK. Almost I say, people based whatever to electronic for the transition to that. It may be I'm going to say reforms into the electronic conveyance. It may be me feel say may proposal no may propose. That does not mean we are cancelling everything. I don't understand where this review of a policy by government. Anyway, when there's any government, you review whatever that you came to meet. Does it mean you are cancelling everything that you came to meet? That's what the say. It's that kind of that's not mutual. No, I mean they should desist from it and let us move forward.
Okay. But that's the honorable
Mr. My the assurance to the Ghanaian people. Petroleum Hub company them a consortium attached to China National Gas Corporation. And the Canadian companies, American, British companies, na cabo mama form consortium. They should have the belief. Say nyame adma joada. Ade it has taken Napukra call it's almost 4 years. Back and forth, I copim say kai ready. Allowances be I'm telling you, allowance I don't know na say me tuya me. Next kind of me tuya because encrophone Canada.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I have to say this publicly.
No.
I tell the people of
no, okay.
Yen koye ceremony abra ye moaye ho na nsɛm a wɔka nyinaa no hwɛ lawyer asɛm de wɔka na sɛ ɔwɔ
Mame cha Patrick Nyakon.
wɔmfa bibi
Mame cha no.
ɔmfa bibi
O me cha no.
na meka no so meka to aso ɔmfa bibi ntuma lawyer asɛm de wɔka na me sa ba hospital negotiation am no yɛ ba bi adro ne mama yɛ den twema me na atwema kyɛ so ogidi o me no bwana NDC de yɛ ka fiscal discipline ho asema mama nka bi yɛ de China force so mne ma ko ma so mne ma ko se yɛ yawe na am no na ka dompio o mo se sama ne ko se yɛ kwan na o mo yɛ no o mo niska o mo bet for so na abosia na ya ba de so mo manage kakra na o mo pɛ no mo ko no mo nte ase no ma ba enye sabi akohisam no it takes credibility and san obi ade ne katu me aka se ba bia du no kra dem ni se genuinely sika na mde ma wan fa nkɔwe nam to de nya hwe ma me fa bi nkyɛw na do dan ko ne ba umia. That's the credibility they have for this country.
Okay.
Na yeah, the economy ni mo no ma se no be pacho yan se economy good for oil no yes say ama enkansu so no better say amba because somewhere 2022 na later of this na 2023 cities meba enye good for oil na twen ya de ba 12 ko 13 and nam 14 enti senka ama I hope you get the point enti there can say and never mu at the same time now what kind of inflation what's massive says the worst no the same time now na UK for enya inflation no munya bi in 40 years because you catch them say asema buy na we ase nyina asem depreciation buy na for the first time this year wo me hu da say we ase you say $1 to pound na dollar timi asa pound da but in this era dollar no be sa pound no Britain wow no control the most powerful currency this year wo me na minim no oba be hwe ase. That is how the world has got into. And until enya na na do ne be omi about the end of the day. Mo niema mo ba mo ka say enye possible see ye na ba we through amochirim. Through the bread, through amamo na mo say enye nim no. Wo ye. Free education and mo say review nchire cancellation. Mahama no masem na de jeje. Na na do koye double track ko gina commander say nyansa bi anim say obaka say nkura ne bi nko school ne bi metena fie ne bi nko. Omo school dar be for mo nke nyai na omo munya bi no mo ntrafi no mo nton chase na do say that be took na post proactiveness Dr. Duchum touch say emfa de friend double track mra e dey na chese wo ba na you show that responsibility because what can't say de ye nyanza nim say nipa ni nyina akọ ba ko nto mo ko na classroom ye mo maka no ba na nyefie no ba betra
and that's okay. See more classrooms.
That was 2008. So what is a very good point. 2008, when Professor Mercy Mahama campaign in Ghana, now President Kofa 4 year free SHS program aba. Me boy, obo ye campaign catch Ghana for some bombe review. Na classrooms in ho. When people of Ghana gave them 8 good years, they still couldn't build classrooms. Now the case what the free SHS in 2016, they were still campaigning based on unavailability of classrooms. Said until free SHS is not possible. Yeah, the power more 2009. Or man, my first batch of 4 years of local school. I'm here as a program, and as a program, the best. Because they didn't want to show that the responsibility is expanded school infrastructure. And then, on youth manifesto, they would decollateralize get fund through Dr. Napo's innovation. Omokoje bonda, a more $1.5 billion. So $1.5 billion, and no schools wo Ghana be bia be kono hu say expanding infrastructure so mba sa policy na ye de anya sika expanding akopem say double track be o be kwa use afro nti san grofo we asem be kan bia no wan to bo no wan hwemu yi a ade be chi ode ahoma so kon we na akokon so we said it in our manifesto but on jeche mu nti o say ne yesi e be
okay
I don't review can mean so many things but to us all that they have said their review only means cancellation in the terms of the NDC.
Okay, me that
so no me kasa
it
also me so me say abi we are can was no kasa o dipisi say cancellation it's not that year there ayina oka say onu obi ko say e ka ho any is anyama na oka no it's not that here no there e ma omo akonya say omumu man no nobody drew e ma omo de oman ko drew baby e ko drew ye no enu nti no be ka say baby e ko drew ye na wo say e ko engage ye bala track credits no mo efa adwen no mo de bi echeye and I say almost suspend the interest payments on our loans no so they say we na de kokodu no so kasa na man kasa Mr. I know how to do you ask him
no but me say
I
was say almost suspended
the first time no this is the first time I'm having a program with you don't drag me to where you not talk you understand but the mention say ye mo makwanya say omumu man no o matoto man na ase So they say, and you'll be a total man as a could do, some pepper so no could do, you know. And more the e bani a can was them, our mother basi or mine, a con, COVID, a trim, they are still taking COVID money. This is what we call nuisance taxes. And no, and more, I'm not gonna for and watch or my account was it. So when I talk about fiscal vulnerability, somebody you call more, am I inflation money and your banner, because we are still in it, and yes, you're free.
Okay.
We are still suffering.
Okay.
But what did the say? Or more money, you should accept it and stop giving us excuses.
Thank you very much.
Minister of Finance, grabba, abe pacho.
Thank you very much.
Omode on my family now, almost saying, ye better, ye find your what I do with
Good evening to you, lawyer. Greetings to the MPP man there. NDC has nothing new for Ghanaians. Breaking the 8 is possible. Greetings to Honorable Kwakuchreme Nelson Brekum East MP. I am Dixon inside Brekum Continental. Now, this one's a good evening to you, boss. Please, let's educate the listeners. Help us to appreciate the death stock of Ghana in 2016 and now. Please, 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 don't let Dennis go away with this. Sako Joseph, Timpani Constituency. Okay. Now, this one says, lawyer NDC away. Okay. My brother in SHS, so MPP all the way, DMB 2024, MPP will win. Opambo from Obuasi, Kunka. Okay. Kunka. Okay. Na Kunka, Montreal, Kunka. As a mo. God will, okay, when you start your messages like this, don't expect me to read. You want me to catch somebody on radio. Why? Just send me your view on things we are discussing. Please don't take these things personal as I will. But why? Into message, disqualified. Why? You'll be angry with me, but I appreciate that. Hello, good evening to you, lawyer. I'm in Okinya, watching you live from Sekandi Takra. The free education has helped the economy. Papa, a kata boy sends us this message. Lawyer, then they should tell us that they are going to pay, for example, X amount based upon school's amount on the academic user fee. If not, okay. Unfa and so amba. Yeah, from Bantama says, why is the MPP now stating the public debt in dollars? Is it not a law in Ghana not to quote in dollars? Has the IMF quoted our debt in dollars before? Did the MPP ever quote our public debt in dollars when they were in opposition? Please ask Dennis Kwakwa for me that what has changed. Dennis Kwakwa, note it down, and then when you have time, you respond. Daniel from Asunafo South Constituency says, it is indisputable and unquestionable fact that MPP has nothing wealth to give to the people of Ghana than to keep on throwing dust into our eyes up and down. A lot of promises they made are yet to be fulfilled. And still, they keep on saying, breaking the 8. Okay. Lawyer, in fact, MPP has disappointed Ghanaians. Let's forget about them and bring JDM back. Nana, we are Samuel so sends us this message. Lawyer, please tell the man to give us a break because they can't even tell what the 24-hour economy is, and they still want power. MPP all the way. Timer inside Pankrono Adabraka sends us this message. Good evening to you, lawyer. Ghanaians can't trust Mahama on any of his policies, especially the academic user fees for first-year public university students. He promised 200 e-blocks, but he built 24. The same person promised one-time health insurance, but thought of it. Oting Puni, okay, a pro Kumasi, okay, sends us this message. Good evening to you, lawyer. I'm really enjoying your show. It's true that Mahama said Ghanaians have short memory. That's why the NDC man in the studio are seriously defending Mahama, because Okay, Ghanaians will vote massively for Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Mahama never again. Ike inside Atebubu sends us this message. Good evening to you, lawyer. Please ask. This is KK from Tamale, Russia. Tamale, Russian Bangalore. JDM all the way. Greetings to Honorable Idrusu Haruna, Tamale South MP. Now, this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. I am Asirewa from Seshi Asafo. I'm watching you live. Lawyer, do you know something Ghanaians will miss President Nana in future? And my regards to Vice President Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia and Burma 1, parliamentary candidate for Sefi. You also constituency incoming MP for Sefi. You also, okay. Lawyer, good evening to you. Audro Tano Oduma. Say, please tell MPP has been doing a great job, but please, they should look into Kwadaso Agri College. The students are really suffering. Any information, you can call me. Okay. Kokwa, Kwadaso Agri. Every home in Ghana has benefited from free SHS. No government will put money in anyone's pocket. My son attended Tema Tech. I paid nothing till he completed. Now at ATU studying electrical engineering level 300 when school reopens. Please, we should speak as citizens. Politics will lead some so astray. Okay, thank you, lawyer. I will say thank you too. Martin Kumasi says, good evening to you, lawyer. Please ask the Honorable Ewedu say for me. One of their policies is to open Women's Bank and give out loans without interest. Ask him how are they going to pay their self. How are they going to pay their self? Maybe I don't know what to say. You understand the question. Okay, so plenty messages, but we have 4 minutes left. So please forgive me. I have to abandon the messages, come back to the studios, and then I'll give them 1 minute to 1 minute. I'll keep 2 minutes to myself, and we end the show. Honorable Yonko.
Yeah, I'm saying okay, so we'll be beside about National Women's Bank. I think yes. It's one of the policies what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama so say on say emaye nkrophobia so masia omutimi gina omana so ntino Women's Bank no say okope 7 periods abosia ma no kope bosia free baby aya na conditionalities na edoso ene manaban wo ho tumi so betimi ene the institutions involved no ebedin kita ho se be ya ye be manage sa conditionalities na omodije loans no enche say omonye de omontua then ebi ho no kra obeji sika no kra no ana bosia no de be ma no kra no ho nimde ko be fa so de be adwuma no kra wonim so the National Women's Bank no will take care of all these things na oyesa na ema na ema de also o masena sabi period asa de ye nyina ye social promoting social justice and inequality. Social justice no distribution of opportunities and resources equally. But ema ye microphobia o boa wo mo sa kwanya ne so a eboa ema poverty no timi ayde alleviate no na timi bridge the gap between the ultimately improve the inequality ina ewo oman no so just say enti no also promote diversity sebe ya ma so betimi agina omana so na omodwadie mo ne die omo pese omo ye wa kwanya bia mu a omo wo no ombe ye no mo de aboa ye nuanom kuma 7 pedua so mo so tumi nya omo atwa na ema no aso betimi de aboa omo bra so the National Women's Bank I think say is in order
interest free loan. If it is interest free, how are you going to
no, and I make sure say conditionality is not more works and housing. We are talking about getting affordable housing for people. One of the policies is middle class for no more money be on more per mortgage, but mortgage rate now the more money was so. Into Ministry of Finance, any Bank of Ghana, any Ministry of Works and Housing, bidding kita oni ahwe kwanya e be fa so e be policy. So I engage most of the financial institutions across the country on that score. Anna Miche, Anna Dani, Anna so you know now Stanbic, and also secretary. Near two son among say be coin before so be. I mean, so it's possible.
So it's possible.
Yeah, it's
Mama,
possible.
go. Is your mic on?
A man more than the and this will seek a form when said in Tamaklu 70 million cities on Cotta Mama Joshua Namawadi. Call to say Fano Cotum 10 years. Former President Mahama Kofanama was a derby. Into a musica there, acquire a man, we don't need a bank as an warm. Must look for a bank be organ and Nebia. I buy all this Kakotua more programs and for more man. I bet me at it. Oko Ghana Enterprise Agency, or more program do hire Madia. Women in micro, small scale, small and medium enterprises. So finance support in the moment, there be omnimesia. And until you start here buying a group, you anchor to across baby companies. Me did say, a Nema NDC do money, I Nema Yada. I did hear say by Dr. Belmiato because, dear, you're trying to table 100 and you share any CPC, the Ghana for could do baby. Sir, almost a man, man, dear. Said, dear, be sharing and sour sell no pan, I can't catch my former president. Can you quite send Corner Board do say you could do catch a Ghana for someone to Abamano? Because on the parameters were better, you know, under former President Mills, and then you single the get inflation for about 1 year. On one case, no, you meet now, so I had the most luckiest vice president, and no any experience. Obedi president, Bosune Bensi and Sandy at Tuabamano. He failed woefully and San Onoko. But he doesn't qualify to come back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now, on my head, you bet to me not Ghana for who not feel what I compare with me in fan cancer.
Thank you very much.
Doctor, a lawyer with a simple one. For this point, because the no program, you know, say, Obuzia, some no send us Obuzia, I don't know, President, most time I walk us when I say, it's SSC, John Doman, no advice, nobody do. Nobody do. I don't okay. Or vice president, deputy.
Yeah, the shining some.
Anthony, I see time. Okay, gentlemen, thank you. Thank you, Honorable Yao. I do say thank you, Mr. Dennis Kwakwa. Thank you, the producers of the program. God willing, next week, you best be transferring in Ghana or Punch Juma Dia, so our Kessben television and all social media handles. May God be with you.